This video is going to cover how to use the 360 interface for the Mesa 360 tours. On this webpage, you can see there's a list of buttons that will take you to the 360 tours. To get started, you're just going to click on one of these buttons. The button will take you to the Google Poly interface, and once you're on this interface, there's a couple things we're going to talk about so you can use it to navigate. The very first one is down here in the bottom left. You'll notice there's the title of the tour, as well as a quick description about what the tour is going to be about. You have some similar features for liking and sharing the tour here on the right hand side. And the tour itself has some things in the interface that I need to cover. First thing is down here at the bottom, there are some scene options, so you can jump from scene to scene using these two arrows. There are also hotspots inside of the interface. So if we click on one of these, you'll notice a list will appear on the left-hand side, and it'll give us a description of what that particular hotspot is about. So this is a little button here for the 200 building. Now, there's two ways to navigate around the 360 tour. You can click and drag on the interface, and then if you see a hotspot, you can click on that hotspot, and again, it'll show up here in the top left. Or you can simply click on the hotspot list here on the left, and it will rotate the camera around to the specific parts of the scene. So kind of fun. If you want to do a more adventurous thing, you can click around and try to find all the hotspots and then check to see if you found them all here on the left. Now, to turn on audio for this particular tour, we're going to need to come up here to the top right, click on the gear icon and say turn on narration. So what that's going to do, some of the hotspots have audio linked and some of them have picture linked. So the audio will need to be enabled by turning on narration, and you can turn it off at any time during the tour here. So last but not least, there is also a full screen view. If you click on that, it'll bring you into the full screen view and you can continue your tour. So I'm going to go to the next scene here. And once again, we're now on the next scene. We can click and drag around on the screen. This section over here is where we came from. Sometimes there will be information included about where you are in the tour if it might be a little bit confusing if the next scene doesn't seem relevant to the first scene. However, in this example, I think this is pretty straightforward because that is the location where you came from, and you might need to check your Mesa High School map in order to recognize where you are in the 360 tour. So continuing to drag around, we're going to go ahead and come into the main office here. I'm going to click on our hotspot, main office entrance, and we're going to click the next button. Now inside of the main office, this is the last piece of the tour that I want to make sure you're aware of. If you see I click and drag around, this hotspot here is different than this hotspot here. This one has an eye for mostly information, but this one actually has a picture and some audio linked to the hotspot. So when you click on it, the audio will begin to play and it will display the picture. So let's do this now. And thank you for thank you for being a part of this 360 tour with me, and I hope you enjoy them.